Hello, everybody. This is Tawfiq, and we're ready for our today's Zoom meeting. Lynn will tell you more.
Okay, today we're going to do something which we've heard a lot of sad stories. We've talked about a lot of different things that, oh, hi, Lorena.
Hello.
Rosita.
Yeah.
We've talked about today what we're going to do.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
What we're going to do is everybody brings a happy thought and we're going to share them. So that'll put a different type of it'll put a smile on our faces instead of, I mean, it's nice to show compassion for others and it's nice to listen to other people's sad songs, but it's also nice to share happy thoughts, especially at a time like this. How are
Excellent.
you, Lucita?
I'm doing all right today.
Good.
Good.
The can I share my screen to show a photo of my daughter and my grandchildren
Of
Sure.
course.
as
Go
my
ahead.
happy thought? Okay,
It's a pleasure.
that's what I'll do.
Great. That gives
Okay.
you anything that gives you a happy thought is
And thank
wonderful.
you for your advice. Thank you for the website you sent me concerning smoking quit. We will talk later about that. I really
Okay,
appreciate it.
okay. I look
Thank you.
forward to
Okay,
hearing.
great.
Okay, go ahead, Lynn.
Okay.
No, that's it. I said what I had to say. We're just waiting for a few of the others. They'll be here soon.
Yeah. No,
And
I
that
was
way we can
early.
share.
I like to get grounded first.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I feel the same exact way.
Mm,
So we're lucky that we have this, and
Yeah.
we're doing every other week because there are a lot of people who have other activities and they
Mm.
can't seem to do every week. So it gives us time to get ourselves together.
And it happens to coincide with my up days. You remember I have this up and
Yes,
down
yes.
thing?
Yeah.
So if it was every Monday, one would be down and one would be up. But this is up. So
Okay,
we're on
great.
the
So
right.
now it won't be this coming. The following Monday will be the Monday after. So it
Yeah.
works out for you.
Sure.
And it
Hopefully
works out
it
for
will.
us just to have you here. So it's a good thought.
Yeah.
So it's hopefully stabilized enough. If I travel and I get jet lag, then the days change.
Yeah.
Fine. We understand all of that. We all have the same things.
Yeah.
Occasionally have to do something else. Tofik has his appointments, and we just play it as we play it. That's
Yeah.
it. There's nothing written in stone.
But my situation is very weird because I haven't met other people who have such a consistent up down cycle. And I think it's related to sleep disorder, but it started about a year after my major accident.
Ah,
Which was, sorry.
I, well, Tofi, you may not know, um,
Yeah.
on November 8th, 1990,
Mhm.
I was driving and I stopped at a stop sign, but I didn't see a truck approaching and I
Oh my
proceeded.
God.
And I had a major accident, and my daughter died in the passenger seat beside
oh
me.
my
Oh
God.
my.
I don't know whether you knew about it, Lynn, but
No,
No.
I knew that your daughter died. That's Joy, right?
Oh.
I
yeah,
knew that your daughter died, and but I never knew
how,
how.
yes.
Oh God, what a
You
terrible
are
thing to
courageous,
happen.
sister. You are
So,
brave.
ye- so the car, I was in a Subaru, a little Subaru, and it was a lumber truck, but it was a lumber truck without wood on the back because he just dropped it off. And
Wow.
then I think he had problems with his brakes.
Yeah.
And so the car was rolled over. So my body was put through a major hurdle,
Oh my
but
God.
I didn't die. But my daughter, my little, my 9.5-year-old died in the passenger seat. Grace,
Mm.
the littlest one, she was under 2 and she was in a baby
Right,
chair.
a baby
Oh yeah,
carrier.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that protected her too.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
It's a lot to live with.
And life continues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
And
happy.
Yeah.
maybe we can be grateful that she's free of hardship now.
Yeah.
It's one way of looking at
Absolutely.
it. With the world we live in,
Absolutely. She's free.
there are very few people who are free.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're living in such terrible times that
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
You know,
feel so fortunate. I feel like my life is really blessed. So let's hope it continues.
That's
yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
Since you help everyone, since you are like a beacon of light for many,
Oh, I love that.
as I know from this, that's enough. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
And I learned one quote Lena forwarded to me. Beautiful people do not just happen. They went through triumph, hardship, deep sorrows, and this which make them compassionate, merciful, and knowing the real mean of life.
True.
Beautiful people
Very
do not
true.
just happen. With these hardship, in fact,
grow, we grow.
It doesn't mean that someone who has a lot of trouble, let's say accident, doesn't mean that he's weird. No, in contrary,
Mhm.
it motivates him, it inspires him or her to get more strong, more patient, and gain a lot of positive things. That's it.
Tofi, ideally that would happen, but some people become really bitter and they
Yes.
focus on being a victim. Like, why does all this happen to me?
Yeah.
I mean, I came from this very strong spiritual training so that the whole idea is to be grateful for whatever happens to us.
Yes.
So I already had that background.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people have that background.
Yeah.
Most people do not react the way that you did.
Yeah.
Well, in actuality, you're going to have people feeling sorry for themselves, and they have every right to some extent. But that doesn't help you inside.
Yeah.
Gratitude is the best attitude.
Right.
And
Exactly.
our attitude, determines our gratitude. So no one can
Talk. I'm going to try to
no
get
one
Leah.
can really change or can go forward for better than people who were, let me say, not enjoy, but who suffered a lot. God sent these trials according to my faith. I don't. It's
Yeah.
my own faith. I don't.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I wanted to say to Lynn,
Yes,
she
I'm right
wanted
here.
to call up Leah. Leah wrote to me yesterday that she had terrible toothache.
yeah, she had.
I know, but
She
She
had.
may have gone to a
But
dentist. or
she's good. She's good today. She's good.
Okay.
We got
Alright.
in touch with her yesterday,
I don't know.
and I guess she's joining us
Oh,
soon.
good. I hope so.
Thank you
Yes.
so much
Not
for your
just the three of
presence.
us. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
I'm
Lynn,
trying to get her
let's
right
go.
now. I'm trying to get Leah.
Okay.
I'm going to get
I will
Shirley.
try. I will try to with my. Okay. So
Maybe other people. Who else is meant to be here today?
Not
Yeah.
yet, but I think she might be in school.
Suki, the Moroccan
She
daughter
said
of
she was
her
coming,
mom.
but she might have just come.
There will be, of course, Leah.
I think. I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
Lorena is right.
Yeah. We sent all ladies involved with this. Yeah.
Barbara has trouble with a hearing aid.
Anyway.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Good. So you said that you want today to
She's going to share a picture.
share pictures of your daughter, right?
Yeah, I'm going to share just one as
Yeah.
my happy thought. I got it on my screen
Okay.
so I can pull it open.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice.
Shirley, I'll do the cool.
Shirley actually will come too. Shirley from California.
Also, I really, she had said she was definitely coming. With her.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Leah is trying to get in.
okay, great. I will wait for her message
Leah and
and then
Shirley.
approve it. Yeah.
Leah and Shirley. I don't know about
Yeah.
Shirley. I got Leah.
Okay. We have our La Cita.
Yeah.
When you open the debate, with your smile, with your
Oh, good.
kindness. It's not my words, it's the words of everyone in DC. I never heard about you, but since you attended our first meeting, oh my God,
Okay, bye.
everyone loves you.
Shirley's
Everyone,
logging in right now.
yeah, good. Anyway, you are welcome anytime, and everyone here really loves you.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah.
It's very special for me to spend time with you all.
Sure, sure. This is a great. We are family, you know that, and you have not. We don't do it only for Corona times, or we
Really,
are.
it started with Corona. It doesn't mean that we wouldn't have done it if there wasn't
Yeah.
Corona.
And we
We
need
started
each,
these meetings last year, so.
Yeah.
and we need this warm emotional support to each
I think
other.
it's important, especially like
course.
there were times where Leah was going through a real rough time and we each were
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
say something positive to her. And she said there was such a difference
And
in how she felt, what she gained from that. And people need it. People need to see
Yeah.
each other's smiling faces. Not especially in a meeting like today where where you're bringing a happy thought.
positive thoughts.
That's something a little bit different. I thought it was my idea, but I thought it was totally necessary to do this. I mean, I don't mind. I love sharing with other people and I love helping
Yeah.
other people. But there are times
Yeah.
you have to let it go and you have to sort of make everybody smile. And if you're thinking of something happy, you're going to smile. So
This lady
Yeah.
does it all the time.
wonderful. Okay, let's see. Now, Shirley is logging in right now. That could take 5 minutes. And Leah
Okay.
said she's trying to get in. So look on your phone and see if
Okay. I will send a reminder quickly.
whether they know. There's nothing to remind.
Okay.
They're trying to get
Leah
in.
is there, but
Yeah.
okay. Just okay. I will just make this.
Okay, great. This is like a weekly reminder by phone.
Yeah. Hello. What there?
Hi, I'm trying to get in on my laptop.
Look at here who is waiting for you. And this is Lasita.
Adeline.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
I'm trying to get in on my laptop.
Okay, that's fine.
Because it's easier to see.
Take your
Okay.
time.
But for some reason, it's hard to get in on the laptop. I don't know why. So I'm on my little mobile phone.
Okay,
and
I
I
will.
have to hold it.
Okay,
all
there's
the time.
somebody here, Sophie.
Okay, I will advise you. Okay, just
Oh,
click on
I
link
love that.
on YouTube or on WhatsApp or email.
Okay.
Leticia is sharing with us now some pics of her. Oh my
Beautiful.
God, so beautiful.
Isn't that cute?
Yeah, look
Okay,
at
let
the
us talk
baby.
about what it is.
Okay, see you. Okay, so we're there. Bye bye. Oh, great. You are the mom on the left. This is Lasita.
No, this is my daughter
That's her daughter.
on the left.
Oh,
This is my daughter. And these are my grandchildren.
Oh,
the
how
grandchildren.
wonderful.
All those.
I remember seeing pictures of the grandchildren somewhere, probably in DC.
The
Yeah.
three kids were. She was her mom.
No. This is her daughter that's alive. This is her daughter that was in the baby seat. That was her.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the one that was in the baby seat, yes.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And now she's brought all these children in. The one in the middle
Yeah.
is pretty disturbed, actually. He's an unhappy child. He's been diagnosed on the spectrum and he's getting special care. But you can see in this picture
Yeah.
that he's pretty melancholic there.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
I see.
What
He
a
looks
cute
like-
baby.
Oh,
Isn't
look
that
at
a
the
darling? Yes.
little darling.
Yeah.
Beautiful little face.
Beautiful.
Look.
Yeah. Oh my
Well,
God.
I can stop sharing it and then
Yeah.
we'll have our happy
Yeah, as soon
thought.
as the others
Okay.
come in, we'll
So,
keep sharing.
Leah is coming.
What does it say, Leah, on there? What is it?
Okay.
I love Leia.
Oh,
Me
she
too. Oh,
she's
God.
this lady is special.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
She has a heart which can.
She's one of the funniest people I've ever
Wow.
met.
Oh, really? I,
Oh, you have no
I
idea.
don't know her humor as much. but
Oh,
she's-
my God.
We
she's
love her
so
and we are in touch with her every
I
day.
speak to her all the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
really? Good.
Great lady, yeah.
She's really cute with her grandchildren, and she
Oh,
sometimes
they're
sends
adorable.
me
Oh my
the
God.
videos that she
She
makes for
sent you
her
videos?
grandchildren.
She
Yeah,
said
she
it?
said,
Yeah.
she said she loves to, share with people. She's
Oh
very,
my
Yeah.
God.
and Shirley said she's logging in, so let's see what happens
Okay.
with her.
I wonder what
Honey,
the
what do you see
problem
above
is.
there? There's
Yeah.
like something
Oh,
over there, right?
yes.
Yeah.
We set up professional
Oh, okay.
audio in audio setting. I don't know. You
We
hear
don't
us
need
well?
that. We
Everyone,
hear each other.
we hear each
Oh,
other. That's it. No, just a reminder.
okay. Here's somebody.
Okay, how is
Yay.
Shirley?
Happy New Year.
We call her Hollywood lady.
This is a crazy lady. She's the funniest person.
Yeah.
She's ever-
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I haven't fallen today or tripped over a
Use
It
time.
really isn't funny.
banana peel.
Yeah. Look at who is here.
I got a pretty butchered leg though. I don't know if you can see it.
Shirley, you want to tell them, since we're still waiting for Leah, you want to tell the story about how you fell?
Oh, shit.
Talking about a crazy
Well,
thought, not a happy thought.
all
Go ahead.
right. I've already told you once. I am a
know,
born.
but
I mean that. I literally was born a klutz, and I didn't tell you this, Lynn, but
Yeah, Shirley.
I did not know until I was 29 years old. I was always the geek, no, we don't want Shirley on our team. She can't play.
That's funny.
But I found out my mother very innocently, as she was stirring a pot of soup she was making, I had injured my left arm. And I said, I don't know why I'm always injuring my left arm. And she said, oh, that makes sense to me. You were
Okay.
born left-handed. And I mean to tell you, this was back in Tulsa on a visit.
Great.
I almost just fell to the floor. I said, what? He said, your dad thought that it was a sign of the devil to be born
Oh,
left-handed. So he forced you to be
Hi, guys.
right-handed.
Suki.
And
How are
that's
you?
kind of probably what, hi, Suki.
Hi.
That's probably what caused my
My
years,
sure.
my decades-long
Shirley's
life of
talking about how clumsy
the
story.
klutz. My most recent was tripping over in the dark on the laundry basket that I'd left filled with laundry, and kind of went up in the air, and then the edges of the laundry bag sliced open my leg.
Oh,
It's really lovely.
but that's not your most
That's
recent.
all.
Your most recent is the one with Frank. And the
My most
guitar.
what?
Your most recent is the one with Frank.
Oh, that's what, oh, yes, I fell. Oh, God. I don't want to remember it. That was just
So
about
stay
10 days
positive.
ago.
Okay.
Today,
Plays guitar.
subject.
Yes. Yeah, I said it, you never know what. I tripped over his guitar chair, which is a
God.
handmade. I actually sell these. They're made out of wine barrels,
Mhm.
and one of my artists makes everything from serving pieces to chairs out of recycled wood from burn areas
Wow.
and wine barrels, things like that. And I just walked right through it.
Oh, boy.
It's a very heavy chair, and it just sliced the hell out of me.
Mhm.
So anyway, I'm alive.
Thank God for
Yeah.
that. There could have been a lot worse.
Thank you for a new day.
You know what's scary is I'm just now experiencing some of the balance of getting older. Seriously, my brother and I were talking about this yesterday. You get a little older, and
Balance is the first thing to go.
you just,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not like when I was on roller skates or on a surfboard and couldn't do it, and it crashed and burned.
Totally
It's
different.
like,
Okay, I think we're
Yeah,
gonna get
it's-
started
it-
because I don't know how long it's gonna
Let's
take Miss
get
Leah to
started.
join. Okay, so let's
Can I
start
go-
with, today we're bringing a happy
Hold
thought
on.
with us. And let's start with Sukaina, because I often don't start with her. So Suki, tell us a happy thought. Anything that makes you happy. It could have been something that happened a long time ago. It could be something that happened today, yesterday, whatever. Go ahead.
Hit it, Sakina.
Well, hi everybody. Hope you're doing great. And happy Women's Day for all of us.
Sure.
Yes.
One of the things that actually make me happy, and I don't want to like sound like I'm quite perfectionist or something, is just that I know for sure that even if things get worse, even if things does not go the way I really wanted it to go, I know that deep down that I am strong enough to just stay strong and continue my journey, even if heartbroken, even if like I had disappointments in my life. I know that everything is going to be fine. And this is what I like about my philosophy of life. Like, even in the midst of the problem, I always say to myself that everything after this point will be fine. Just wait for it. So this what makes me actually smile during a lot of problems. People always ask me, why do you smile and laugh even though you are having a problem? And I just always say that it's going to be a memory, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not gonna,
Right.
it might affect me for just a short time, but it's just gonna
Sure.
end like anything else.
Yeah.
So I really need to be happy even during, a pandemic, even during a problem, even even during breakups or anything like that. So that's what I like, being smiley even though like I have a problem. So everything will be okay and fine is the sentence that keeps us going, That's my happy thought. That everything is
Great.
going to be fine.
Great, happy thoughts.
That's a very good attitude. That
There-
really will take you
There was
forward.
a radio host out here, God, 30 years ago, and
Yeah.
he'd always say at the end, egg buck, everything's
Egg?
going to be all right. Egg
Okay.
Yeah,
buck,
totally.
everything's going to be all right.
I got it. Okay. Very cute.
Totally.
Egg buck.
Okay, we're now gonna ask Lorena. I'm gonna share. I'll be sharing it. There's Leah. Fine.
Okay. Leah is here.
Leah. Let's try to get
Beautiful
the names
lady
right.
with a big, kind
Heart.
heart.
The best part of anyone. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. Even though she shared for us, but we didn't start the meeting. Lisita. Takes me time to get to know these names. Lisita to share a picture, which is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Go ahead, Lisita. Then you can explain.
Okay,
Ah,
Ah,
darling. So that's
oh,
my
beautiful.
daughter
Oh my
on the left,
Okay.
and the
Ah.
youngest grandchild is the baby. The oldest is
Aw.
holding the baby, and the middle one
I
is
love kids.
looking over.
How
Oh,
long ago was that picture taken?
I think a few days ago.
Oh,
Wow,
really? So it's a
great.
recent picture. That's
Beautiful.
fabulous.
Look
Yeah.
at the kids. Oh my God.
The baby was
Angels.
born January 2nd or 3rd. I can't
Oh, how
actually remember
fabulous.
now. Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
yeah,
5.
Thank you so much for sharing.
yeah. So the thought I wanted to bring in,
Yes.
Yeah.
which in a way is slightly different from what Sukaina was saying, was rather than everything will be all right, rather that whatever happens, I can be grateful for it. And
Yeah.
it may not be all right. I mean, not by some standards or expectations of how we might want life to be. I think I one time read something from my teacher, and so I think I'll read something again, which was, okay, very quickly. Okay, maybe I'll come in later, but it's about this idea of however awful it may seem, that if, okay, here it is. I am grateful for every experience is the mantra. When every experience is accepted with gratitude, you will learn your lesson and move more quickly on the path. Every experience is a test for your emotions and
Yeah.
thoughts. The decision you make will decide your future. So
Oh,
that's the thought.
Correct.
Wonderful.
Correct.
It's different. It's a different
Beautiful.
slant than what you said, but it's along
Yeah.
parallel lines, you know? I love that.
Look at this
Yeah, I
beautiful
love
lady all around. We can say,
You're very
Leah,
lucky to be surrounded by beautiful women. Appreciate it. Be
yeah, sure,
grateful.
I do. of
On
course,
Women's Day, be grateful.
Of course.
Okay. I
So
figured I have to give them the
my point
business.
is this. All the ladies in front of us here, first thing, we are family, as I explained it to
Mhm.
Masita. All of them went through, hardship.
Right.
And look now how they
Hi, Leah.
help others, how
Today's a
they,
positive day.
yeah, especially
Okay.
Leah. Go ahead, Leah. Go.
Okay, now let's go
If
to.
Leah tells her
Oh, I
story,
know it'll be something else.
no one can really
I should
believe.
better tell first before Leah tells her story. I'm
Okay.
going to tell you that this woman.
It's Women's Day, Toki.
Yes,
Yeah, happy Women's Day.
every 2 minutes I remind
Yeah.
you. No worries.
Give it up.
know.
After
Hey,
yesterday,
know.
Leah was so excited for today that she actually logged in yesterday.
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is my Leah. She actually logged in yesterday. That's why when I say she's very funny, Lucita, I know what I'm talking about because she thought yesterday was today. So that's just fine. Okay, Leah, tell us your happy thought.
Go ahead.
I've got lots of happy stories, and
Let's
it's
stick
just
to one good one. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
I know, and there's so many of them to choose from. But one story which I find very happy is kind of partly because of my being negligent or forgetful as I can be. We did not have very much money when we got together, Ian and me, and Avery, and then Rachel came along soon after. And Ian was finishing university, I was finishing university, and we didn't have help from parents or anything. In fact, we lived in a tent for a lot of the time. When I was pregnant with Rachel, we were living in a tent, and I used to go in up in the middle of the night. I'd go to the laundry room at the camping ground and just sort of sit there really big and fat with my baby. Just sit in the because it was in the light and it was warmer up there. So we were, I just gets to a point, but I have a point. So we were struggling. We didn't have a place to live, and we lived in the tent for quite a long time. And then Ian found a job. I never found as good work as I had in the States, because like in the States, I had come over here on sabbatical from a job at the university, and I never found a job quite like that over here, because you see, I was working in publications and editing and stuff like that, and I don't know Welsh, and I chose to live in Wales, and so, well, tough luck. But the point is, I couldn't edit a language I didn't know, so makes sense. But anyway, we got out of the tent, and we found this little one-room place, and it was just kind of fun. This is the kind of funny thing, a memory we have. By this time I was like, oh God, I mean, I was so big with pregnancy, 8 months pregnant, I don't know, just huge. And I had one outfit, which was these bright pink dungarees, and you could see me like 1,000 miles away. I was just this huge, big, bright pink dungaree person. And in fact, I did look so funny. I had lots of strangers come up to me during that period of time. I had one fellow came up to me with a banana and said, "You are the most interesting person I have seen, and that's why you're queen for the day. Here, accept this banana,
Oh,
please." So he gave me a banana.
I love that.
I guess I just looked a little different or something. I don't know, a little odd. But the point is, we had no money. We just got by. And over here, of course, they have they used to have the welfare state. And so we were actually on what they call the dole. And that's because we were between jobs and so forth. And so that's what we were living on. And it wasn't very much. But we found this little place in a dingy house, kind of a student housing, basically. And so ding dong, three of us, we put 2 mattresses on the ground, and then we put all of our belongings in there, and that's where we cooked and everything. And one day, Avery was sitting there, and I was sitting there, and we were eating around on the floor, sitting on the floor, and we had our little camping stove cooking our little dinner in this little dingy room. And these 2 ladies passed by, and they looked in at us, and they said, "Oh my, I thought only people in third world countries live like that."
God. Oh, God. You've really had a lot of experiences.
I thought that was pretty funny. But we were very happy. The reason it's a happy story is because we were happy.
Yes.
We were happy. And you know, it made an improvement on living like with my first husband, living in a kennel. So, you know, not many people can say they lived in a kennel. And yeah, the fact that I can is, like, I think pretty cool.
Oh, you're such a dog.
I know, I'm such a dog. The only uncool part was it was like in the jungles of Florida.
Oh, God.
And there were snakes. And like I opened my, we put this room up in the see his parents ran, and his sister ran this little kennel. And so when we couldn't find a place to live, they said, "Well, you can move into the kennel." So we put a bed into the kennel in the room where all the cats were in the little cat cages. And we put a little plywood board up, and then we put our bed behind there, and then we put drawers in there. And that's where, and then we put the crib where my Avery was a little 2-year-old then. And that's where we lived. And so we took baths in the baths at the same that dogs took baths in, and we also washed our dishes in the bath that the dogs took baths. We cleaned everything up. It was very hygienic, but that's also where we cooked. And so that's basically, we were living in the kennel, and you could hear the dogs barking all night and all that sort of thing. But what was weird was opening my drawer to get my undies out, and about 2 or 3 snakes popped out, and they were harmless, but you know, you get used to that in Florida. So I've lived in some really interestingly strange and curious places, and I guess in a sense it's not just one tale, but it's a few. It's like, but they're happy tales, because I was happy at that point. I had my child, and I adored and still do adore my child. And even though I was like 19, and my husband, we didn't know what we were doing. We really shouldn't have got married. You know, it was that kind of, you know, thing happens.
Everybody makes mistakes, but look what you got.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, it came to us soon.
Right. Okay,
but
well,
I have Amy, and we were happy as larks, actually.
Okay,
and so
I can't hardly wait to hear from Miss Shirley.
For me?
We're all saying a happy thought, Shirley, something that made us happy.
Oh, I've got lots of happy thoughts, but I have to show you one right
Okay,
away.
I know what she's going to show right
because-
now. I can guess. Let's see how smart
What?
I am.
What do you think it's going to be?
The kitty.
Okay.
Oh, I knew.
See?
There's no doubt in my mind.
Can you see?
No.
No.
I can't.
No.
No.
What is
How
it?
can I put it so you can see? This
I
is
can
my
help
you.
new grand band.
You have a new
Yeah.
what?
I'm a grand aunt.
Oh,
A
grand
grandland.
aunt.
Oh,
Okay.
congratulations.
Here, wait, wait. This is Vivian,
Mhm.
Elizabeth, and McCartney.
Okay, hold
Oh,
it up.
lovely.
Make the phone upper
She-
to the, just
She was
Lift
born
it
2 weeks
up.
ago.
Hold it up, Shirley.
She's my grand niece.
Okay.
That's
I
so
can't-
cool.
Can you, Shirley, can you share? I
Sure.
got you how to share.
No.
No,
Can
on
you
the
see it?
screen. I can, you can share it.
I
On,
don't know how to,
Something that's.
what do I do?
okay, that's fine.
Congratulations.
you
That's
see
a
me?
wonderful
Good.
thing to share.
Good.
That
Yeah, it's
is, that's lovely.
Okay, now see, it
Shirley,
disappeared. And,
Shirley, you're on
yes.
the computer. Do you
Yeah.
have a photo of the baby on the computer?
Yeah.
Not yet, no. Everything's in
okay.
my phone.
So
Okay,
you
that's
can,
fine. We
Everything's in my
accept that.
phone.
okay.
You can
okay.
actually,
Thank you very much. But you could you see her?
no.
Not really, no.
No.
No,
Can you
I
see-
couldn't. I'm
Shirley,
sorry.
just a second, please. Listen,
But
from
you
your
can use-
phone, you can send this picture to your email. Listen,
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
and you have Gmail, Yahoo, or which kind of email you have, sister?
I have Gmail and I have
Gmail.
everything.
Okay. You send this picture from your phone. Just open in the phone and send it by email to yourself. And once you get this email from your laptop,
Oh, God.
you will open it,
We'll see you next
and
year.
it's easy, and share it in
Well,
this.
I know it's easy. I just keep everything on my phone.
Okay,
You
that's
know,
fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
I don't-
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Shirley, some
I do
other
a lot more
time.
texting.
Shirley, some
I'm
other
sorry?
time you can show us, okay?
She showed
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, I wanted, there's a couple of things I just wanted to say about
Happy thoughts.
happiness. The kittens that
That's what I was sure you were sharing. So I was wrong.
the kittens that were born here 5 months ago.
Yeah.
There's just no way I can explain what kind of joy they brought to both of us. It's been a little hard here too, since I can't work. And just to have the joy of these little, I've never had kittens. I've rescued cats for most of my life, but they're cats, grown cats. These are kittens that I've seen from when they were little fists like that,
Yeah.
like this, with their
Oh.
eyes closed, and now they're, oh God, they're
I
just
want
so
one.
wonderful. And we finally they've been in their own room,
Your own
and
room.
finally this past weekend we let them have the house. What happened here?
I know who's going to run your house now.
Oh, they run our house. Yeah, they absolutely do.
Okay.
I've got a big picture over here. Sisterhood, we can do it. Lynn Saving Souls Network.
Yes.
I can't see anybody else.
No, please.
You can't see
anybody
me?
else.
I just.
Nope.
Hi, Lynn. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Nobody can see
Well, I
me.
can see you.
Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This this logo has taken up almost the whole screen.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know.
Sisterhood.
Okay,
We can
whatever.
do
I
it.
just want to share this by the occasion
Because
of
today is
Happy
the suit
Women's
key.
Day. That's
Okay,
it.
that's it.
I wanted to say
Sunshine,
this,
okay?
that
Okay.
when I got sober 34 years and 2.5 months ago,
Wow.
I learned there's so many, if anybody of you have ever been in Alcoholics Anonymous, there are awesome sayings, especially from old timers. And in the big book,
You're an old timer now.
Yeah, I'm definitely an old timer. This too shall pass. But one of my favorites, and I don't think I've ever told you this before, was this old man named Singin' Sam. He was in his 90s,
Yes, you told us.
and he was did I tell you this?
Yes.
That he
just
was
remind us.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead,
Tell
go
him.
ahead.
He doesn't remember.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
He said, I was whining. It was in my first year of sobriety, just sitting in this meeting. What? What have I done? And he goes, Shirley, Life is not a bubble bath. It's an elephant ride. And you need to get on the elephant ride.
Not wrong. Yep, okay. That's good. I like
I
that.
actually had that made into a button so
Okay.
that I
That's
passed
great.
it out about 15, 20 years ago. We were in a pretty bad recession out here, and I had those made up. Get on the elephant and ride. Life is get on the elephant and ride. People really like that. There's just
That's
so
cool.
many things that it all
Okay.
has to be little.
That's true. You have to, you know what, and especially what Leah said, like living in a tent, reminded me of what Lasita said right in the beginning before everybody came. We were on a little bit early. Or should I say we were just on time? What she said was, what you have to be right with you. I never expect you on time, Leah. I love you anyway.
Thank you.
Me
What
too,
she
you,
said is
Leah.
that you have to, once you learn to, I'm changing it a little, but once you learn to appreciate what you have, whether it's living in a tent or living anywhere, you just accept the good things in your life and take it as it comes. It doesn't mean you have to love it, and it doesn't mean that it isn't good, but it isn't, that it isn't tough, but you accept it and you move on and you learn from it. All life is an experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Isn't it incredible how you can, I mean, at the time, sure, it was uncomfortable, like being so big and on the ground and not the best tent in the world and everything. But I really did actually enjoy myself. It wasn't winter, so it was,
Oh, I can
I don't
imagine.
know, it was okay. We were all together. I felt
That's the
loved. I
important
felt
thing. We're
happy.
all together.
Leah, my brother graduated from college a year before his wife did. She graduated, and they worked for 1 year, saving every penny. They lived in an itty bitty tiny little apartment in Tulsa, and they just were stacking money away. He was a city planner, and she was teaching. And they left. They were just going to be gone for 6 months. They hitchhiked all the way out here to Los Angeles from Tulsa, stayed with me for a bit, hitchhiked all the way up the coast to Washington, hitchhiked back down to Oklahoma, where my mom was married for the second time, and then hitchhiked all the way to New York City.
Wow.
And they were just going to be gone.
What a trip.
They were going to be gone
Yeah.
6 months. They flew to Bremerhaven, and there they had a Volkswagen bus an older one that they had purchased, and it was waiting for them. And for they were going to be gone 6 months. They were gone for over 13 years.
Wow.
Wow.
of that
Really? Oh my goodness.
They lived in a cave in Greece.
Wow.
They
how
were
cool is
soaked
that?
they were in Ireland up on
Awesome.
a cliff when a storm came in from the ocean and blew their tent away. But you know what? They were young and they were in love. And I have every letter my brother ever wrote me. Everything changed for them when they were working at an Army resort hotel. My brother had hair down to here. Suzanne was hired as a chambermaid. Jim was hired as a groundskeeper. And but the officers would get out there when Jim would raise the flag every morning and go, "That hippie's raising the flag, get him off the field." Hey, his dad was a colonel in the Army. Leave him alone. They ended up getting an opportunity. They were actually planning to go to India, and they were going to hitchhike, and because it was quite safe back then. And
Yeah.
a guy approached them. He had sold 2 cars to 2 different families in Isfahan, Iran. And so they drove, he paid all their expenses. They drove from Germany to Isfahan, Iran, and lived there until the revolution. And they were held under house arrest by the Ayatollah's army. At the same time that the hostages were being held, these were just a group of teachers. They weren't mistreated. but
Yeah.
we heard nothing. We knew nothing. We could not hear a word. I was teaching back then, and every day my precious special ed kids would want to know, is he free yet? Is he free yet? Is he free yet?
Oh,
One day I got
my.
a call. I got a call from in my classroom from the secretary, and she said, your mom's on the phone. And she said, I'm going to put her on the phone. And my mom says, they're free. They're out. They're
Yay.
gone. They're
Oh,
not there.
That's a happy
A
ending.
Swiss
Good.
plane had landed, and they had 1 hour to grab whatever they had and run across this field and get in that Swiss airplane. And they said,
oh my goodness.
well, the Army said, you're ours. If you can't make it, you're ours. And they got out. And you know what? They were
Yeah. She maybe
Hello.
international, but that was
Yes.
a completely different experience for
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, Shirley. Those were wonderful stories.
That's
Now-
lovely.
Right.
Do
Now
you
I'm
have
go-
time for another kind of funny little story?
Well, I just want to finish and I want to give it to
Yes.
Sophie and I'm going to tell mine, then we'll go back to you, Leah.
Oh,
Okay?
sorry. Okay,
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 that's okay.
okay.
I have two funny stories. They're not funny, but two kind of happy. Today is the 20th anniversary of my father's death. So, but my father brings back so many happy thoughts who will always be number one in my heart. And I have to say that one of my happiest thoughts was my father and I every night. I lived downstairs after my divorce, and my father lived upstairs. And my parents were very, very good to me. But I remember walking with him when I came home from work after teaching. I was home after 3 o'clock, and I would pick him up. Either I would drive or he would drive, and we'd go to a place called Marine Park, which had a wonderful walking trail. So I would walk around, and he was always faster than I was. I was so much younger than him. I couldn't keep up with him. And he'd walk, and his arms would go, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I couldn't keep up with him. I mean, he was hilarious that way. I mean, he was just a man who helped
Hilarious.
everybody.
Yeah.
And if you look on Facebook today, I have a poem called The Man with the Shining Eyes. So I wrote that about him today.
Yeah.
But the point is, no matter where we walked, I couldn't keep up with him. He was just impossible to keep up with. Okay, second happy thought, which is also funny, because nothing about me, my life has always been funny. We'll put the day that Tawfiq landed in JFK. I hadn't slept in days because Ira and I were trying to get the house ready for Tawfiq. So we were emptying drawers, making sure he would have space. And here we were, and Tawfiq came out, and we ran to him, and I think he ran to Ira first. I won't forget that. And wait a minute, that's the funny part.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we said, okay, it's finally time to get him out. He walked out like he owned New York, like he still does. He calls himself the mayor. Okay, so
Yeah.
we walked out, and we got to Ira's car, and I threw up all over the floor. I think it was the excitement
Yeah.
and everything else,
Yeah.
and not sleeping for 3 days.
She
talking
didn't
about-
sleep almost 2 days. She
Right.
was
So,
excited.
well, that's something
and,
different. But talking about sleep deprivation,
yeah.
that's what happened. And I threw up all over the floor outside, thank God. And Ira said, I hope you're not going to throw up in my car.
Oh my God.
Right. And those are my two funny stories. They're happy thoughts. Happy thoughts because Tawfiq got in here. Happy thoughts because being with my father was from the time that he bought me a doll. I remember a Roxanne doll when I was little, to the times that we went for rides or we walked or whatever. He was my hero, and he will
Yeah.
always be my hero.
That's great.
Oh, lovely. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Okay, Leah, back to you. Oh no, Tawfiq, give me a happy
No.
thought.
Happy thoughts.
Happy.
You should have a lot of
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
thoughts.
Since I came here 2 years ago, okay, today I came on March 2nd, 2018.
Really?
Yeah, 3 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah. I came from a foreign country with my culture, of course. I met Lina in Morocco, and we lived almost 5 years because
Meaning
before I come
communicating with
here.
each other, you know, we
Okay,
weren't
but
married, but
frankly, when I came here, things are different from where I came from. But
Yeah.
yeah, but the happy thought and happy moments I had really since I came here is that you wake up in this country, you wake up in the morning happy, you wake up with many plans, you wake up, you have a positive thought and positive mood um, when you wake up, and this lasts all day. And in my country, maybe Sukaina will confirm, or I don't know. In my country, Morocco, it's a beautiful country. It's
it's beautiful.
so much generosity,
Mm.
but really people there. I'm not criticizing my country, but it's a fact. They
Yeah.
wake up morning with a lot of negative sorrow, and everyone just talk about what's wrong. Uh, uh, let me explain why I started with this. People together, they don't. No one think about himself, and same time help others or do good with others. People there, unfortunately, suffer from the government policy anyway, and this had direct effects on their positivity thinking and how to deal with others. When I say that's not, I don't generalize, it's not 100%, but this is how I can explain my thought. Since I came here, I had a new mood, I had better investment in time, how to manage time, how to volunteer and help others officially. As you know, Lina, I were in New York Cares organization, which is uh, specialized in volunteer. In my country, we can volunteer, but it's not official. It's not by the state. It's not the whole ambience there for volunteering. But people does it. Okay, do it, by their own initiative. Anyway,
Mm.
this makes me feel happier here than when in my country before. Uh, that's it. And the second thought, positive, that I live every day, and it makes me feel so serene, is to have this beautiful lady with me here. And it's true, we went through a lot of trials, a lot of
Lots, a lot.
hardship, but
Mm.
yeah, sure,
For sure.
yeah, but just the simple fact that we are together,
That's all that matters. That's it.
this is the joy and the happy thought I have here every day. Thanks God for
Okay, I have
bringing me
one more
Marlena.
thought. One more thought that has to do with Tofi,
Yeah.
not Tofi. It has to do with Sukaina too.
Hmm.
I remember one other day that made me very happy.
Yeah.
And it was the day that we actually, it was like sort of like a Moroccan thing. We had gone to the mosque early in the morning, and because that's what Tofi wanted. I mean, there was no ceremony, but they just
I
mentioned
didn't
that,
want,
okay,
baby.
whatever.
You choose the.
Oh, I chose.
Yeah.
Not really, but that's okay. Men have their own vision of things.
Anyway, it's
So in any case, it was a family
Yeah.
thing to go to the mosque. So his sisters, who I really didn't know, but they were wonderful at that time, and they were at the mosque with us, and we did what we had to do. Then we left. We went to we had rented an apartment in Marrakesh, which is my favorite place of all, and Sukaina came for that day. We had other people there, and it was to celebrate our time together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What?
Sukaina sang.
Oh, did you?
Yes, she came and she sang a beautiful song in the occasion of our getting married, and I'll never forget that. That was a super happy day.
Yeah.
Well, Sukaina, you have a gorgeous voice. You do.
Yeah,
Oh my
I will
God.
try to put it
I
on
really-
sharing screen. because I'm sure Lestia did never saw that. So just
None of them
go
saw
ahead.
it.
Go
I,
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I really love that moment because it
Mhm.
Oh,
was
I
the
so
first
did
time I
we.
ever,
We just love that.
Oh, absolutely, Sakina.
yeah,
I mean, we
Beautiful.
I
just,
actually,
Yeah.
that was the first time I
Really,
traveled.
you're a songbird. You're
And, yeah,
a
well,
real
when some-
talent. A
When
real
What a
someone
talent.
could
voice.
sing
Yeah.
without a guitar
What
or
a voice.
piano or something, you know, you
Yes.
just did that all by yourself, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is
And
happening?
it was a very special day. That's what I remember. And as soon as he gets,
Yeah,
if
it
he
was
gets this on the
beautiful.
screen,
It was
Yes, go ahead.
beautiful with the,
I'll take this stuff.
I still remember the, you know, the Moroccan tuxedo you wore, the Moroccan dress. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. That my sister offered to Lynn. Yes. Yeah.
Amazing. I loved it. And you know, I think that was like this. That, by the way, that was like the first like within party I actually went to, because I'm not that, you know, I'm not party person. I don't usually go to parties or within parties. So that was really cool.
And having you there
Thank
was
you.
very special to me. So,
Yeah, I made sure to be there.
right, that was a very, very special day.
Too, you know, it was really special. And you know, whenever I think of that moment, it made me really smile, because you know, all the feelings that were like shared there, they were pure, they were happy and everything.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
It was just an absolutely, everybody that was there cared. And then they did that dance, and it was just absolutely an amazing.
Oh, a dance. What kind of dance?
Well, they sang the song together, and it was just like everybody was moving around. It was just like,
yeah, it's like, you know,
It's a-
Moroccan traditions.
Yeah.
and they dressed
Oh,
me
I'd
in
love
like
to
a
see it. I
Moroccan
would love
robe.
to see that. I'd love it.
So, he can send you the video.
Yeah.
Tofik has it. We're not going to do that now.
No, no.
Forget
It's
it.
a kind of, you know.
Okay. Yeah, please do sometime. I'd love to see it. I
Sure,
would
sure.
love to.
Yeah.
Okay, he'll send it to you.
It
Okay,
was.
now we're going back to Miss Leah, who had something else she wanted to share.
Mhm.
Hit it, Leah.
Yeah, my mind gets flooded with all sorts of happy memories, which is terrible because now I'm trying to remember which one it was. I had nabbed. This one is actually it's sort of telling stories of myself. Really, I do not like deception, and I'm not very good at it. But when Ian and I got together, we didn't tell anybody. We just got married, like, and didn't tell anybody. And then he told his parents, and they weren't thrilled. And like, I'm 5 years older than him, and I had a child already, and I was a divorcee and American, and they were very English, you know, proper English people. So they weren't thrilled, but eventually they realized that I was the real thing, you know, and we were deeply in love. Eventually, after a long time. But my point is that, Christ. Oh, sorry. But what is my point? I had so
Happy thought.
no. Give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah. So it was like
Yeah. Good.
What is wrong with me? I mean, somebody please, give me a hat so I can put a hat on, and it will sort of straighten. Okay.
Yeah, I'm having the same issues. It's called getting older.
I need a hat. A hat that's gonna keep my thoughts together.
hat,
Okay.
no, nothing. We just have to learn to live with it and go.
Yeah.
No, listen,
Oh, I'll
Sakina,
forget that.
how'd you
I'll just tell you this one thing. Won't take up your time. Just a different one. This is about his parent. His dad was a very proper. I know, it was deception. Yeah. So yeah. So the first time I actually met them, they came down to Wales, you know, from England, and of course the English don't think much of the Welsh a lot of the time, especially the middle class English. They think Wales is, I don't know, there's some kind of funny thing going on there, and that's why the Welsh don't think much of the English. So there's still this ancient rivalry. But anyway, so they came to Wales to see who this weird, money grubbing, horrible person was that their poor son had gotten hooked up with. And so I kind of wanted to impress them. And now, like I said, I'm not very good at deception, but what happened, I didn't even mean to. What happened was Ian, who is a very, very good cook, and I was never taught to cook. My mom just didn't teach me those ways. I didn't learn how to do that sort of stuff. Okay, that's just not. My sister Joni did the cooking, like she'd make baked beans and hot dogs, because my mom was, had problems and stuff like that. And so anyway, I didn't know how to cook. So they came and we made a meal for them, or actually Ian made a meal for them. He made a pie. He made this lovely meal for them. And of course, as we sat down to eat, they assumed that I had made the meal, didn't they?
Wow.
And I could see that they assumed that. They said, oh, this is really delicious. Oh, this is so good. You are a good cook. And I should have said the truth and said, oh no, I didn't cook it. Your son did. But I thought that was just going to be more black marks against me. And I was terrified, really, because, there's no excuse for it. But I said, so they said, now, how did you make the pastry on this particular, this sort of beef pie here? And I thought, just a second. I've got to get something from the kitchen. Ian, can you help me carry something from the kitchen in here? So I got, Ian, how do you make the pastry? So Ian would give me these little directions. You put the butter in it. He'd really quickly tell me how to make the pastry. So we go back in, and I'd bring in some, wine or something for I don't drink wine, but they did. And so, and I'd give it to them. And I said, oh, see, what were we talking about? Oh, the pastry. And so I would describe how, you crumble it. And I would repeat what Ian had just told me. And he said, oh, very nice. And so then they might say, and so what is actually in the recipe? And so I could kind of think that up myself. Well, the usual sorts of things, like, carrots and, I do like to cut the carrot. I'm a bit of a blagger, really, I'm a storyteller. I mean, I do like to cut the carrots up very nicely because I know Ian does. And so then, it got like to the dessert, which was this lovely cake. And meanwhile, I had to keep running to the kitchen, and I'd ask Ian a question like, Ian, how did you make those rolls? And so I always had some excuse for going into the kitchen, and then we'd come back, bringing some new plate or some new jam or something to put on the table. And then I'd say, oh, what were we talking about? Oh, those buns. Yes, right. Well, they are a nuisance, aren't they, to make? Oh, yes. So I was getting along real well with the mother and his auntie, and and then the dessert came, and I did the same thing, and I told them how I made the Victoria sponge cake, and oh, what a big fat liar am I! I mean, I felt so terrible, but I actually got away with it. They thought that I cooked. It was a farce. It was such a farce.
But it's funny.
Yeah.
But it's funny. We all have times where we have to step in and not be
Well,
that,
Well,
Right,
that's
was,
happy. That's a happy ending, at least. I thought you were discovered in your life.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Yeah.
I thought so too.
No. I mean, I'm not good at it, but I am dramatic, sort of talking, so I can kind of blag a little bit, like if I can make it sound exciting.
Okay, hey, you did what you had to do and you got away with it. That's all that matters.
And the thing was that they liked me a little bit better, so that was the good part.
Okay, there's nothing about
So I'm sorry for lying, people. Forgive me.
Okay,
Oh,
I'm sure we all
have the
understand.
right
Leah,
to-
can I ask you a question?
yes,
Yeah.
This is pop question. How are the people in Wales responding to the interview with Meghan and Harry last night?
Oh, I saw part of that. I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh, right. I would say that the people in Wales do not like the monarchy in general because they're English.
Yeah.
That's not totally true,
That's interesting.
but they like Americans. See, when I live, English people don't like Americans a lot.
No, I know. When I
Yeah.
went to London, I felt that way.
Not only English people,
But the Welsh
almost
do. The
Europeans.
Welsh do.
Aren't the Welsh?
The Welsh do like the Welsh do like Americans.
The Prince of Wales.
So in Wales,
Prince of
Meghan
Wales.
is received better.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
that's interesting. I
Did
would
any of
never
you
have
watch
thought
that last night?
I didn't see it. No.
It was,
No, I saw an
Heartbreaking.
upcoming, like an update, like a pop-up about it, but I didn't.
it was really something.
What was the upshot of it?
Well,
Was it a positive?
The real shocker
Oprah.
was how worried she kept referring to the palace people as the firm. And the firm, and not including Queen Elizabeth, she adores Queen Elizabeth, and so does Harry. But the firm, when she announced that she was pregnant, the gossip was, how dark is that baby going to be?
Yeah, I
How
know.
dark
That part I saw, right.
Oh,
That is so sad.
No,
So-
there must be a lot going on with that when you think about it. They
Yeah.
live to a very rigid standard.
well, I'll
And
tell you
the-
what,
It's a terrible thing.
I
Terrible
think the best thing, and to me, it felt like the best thing that they ever did was to get out of there and come here. And
Yeah,
Right, they did.
He's
For
been
them, it's
completely-
much
but they have
harder.
gotten a lot of
No money.
English people have given them a lot of criticism for that, and I personally think that they did a very clever and good and human thing, and so why not?
I mean,
But yeah, the Welsh people don't care much for the for the Queen and the King and the whoever they are.
well, it was bad
Yeah.
enough that at one point she actually contemplated ending her life.
Yes, I read
Yeah.
that. I read it. I didn't, it wasn't as part of the pop-up that I
Watching
saw, but I
the
read
That's horrible.
an article about
So did
it.
Princess Diana, didn't she?
Yeah,
That's
Well, that's what I'm
terrible.
saying. There's such a similarity between, both stories.
God.
So
Like,
I
it's
think
the
that,
kittens.
It's like they're not being good enough. There is still a class system which they try to pretend doesn't exist. And of
Mhm.
course, Americans try to pretend there isn't one there too.
Oh,
and there
there's
is
plenty
something.
here, believe me.
Harry
Yeah, I know.
was,
Plenty here.
Harry said that he loves his grandmother, the Queen, and she's never been anything but kind to them. It was what she called the firm,
Yeah,
and some of the other so-called royalties
mhm.
that just really made it impossible for them to live there. This
That's
is an
terrible.
excellent interview. I usually don't care about those, but it was
Yeah.
pretty shocking when she said they were worried about how dark the baby would be.
Isn't that
Yeah.
ridiculous?
Oprah went forward like this and said, "What?"
Yeah, I know. That was part of that article. What an article.
Yeah. I mean, even if you're not someone who likes to look at celebrities, there's a kind of human element there that you can't ignore. The racism, the
Oh, yeah.
all of that, the
They
class.
went through
the
a lot
class
to be
aspect.
together, and now
They
it's
did.
still the same thing. So now she's out of
Yeah.
there, and they're living in a different place. And
They're in Montecito, just up the road from me.
Hey, maybe you'll
Really?
get to be
Well,
friends.
no, but I will be going
some
to
pictures.
Montecito in April to write Halloween orders for a store in Montecito,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
so I'm gonna say, Billy, can you show me where? Just give me the direction of where to go, where they live.
Take pictures.
I really like them. I
Yeah,
like
so do I,
Yeah.
so do I.
Emily and a couple.
Folks,
I
I
hate
need,
saying-
I
and-
need to leave, so I want to say bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay,
Oh,
bye-bye.
you're
Thank you.
leaving. Let's
I
see.
think
Sometime I must talk with you about something or other because I love hearing you.
Okay, let's do it. We
Wonderful.
can
That's a
do
nice way to end,
WhatsApp
everyone.
call or FaceTime.
Everybody have a wonderful day, a
Yeah.
wonderful week, and we will see you soon. Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Women's Day.
Okay.
Happy
Last
Women's
I heard,
Day.
they knocked over my altar.
Okay. Okay, everyone. See you in 2
Bye-bye.
weeks.
Thank you, you guys. You all are
Bye.
beautiful, and I love you.
Bye.
Love you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.